What?
Where Mark old place used to be on
With
Esplanade.
an old half shell.
Shut the front door, y'all. What the what? Boy, when you got a favor, when you in favor and when you out of favor is a real thing, you know?
No, not that same place. He been over there. It's the
Okay.
building next door on the corner.
Okay, okay, okay. Because I think them people did Mark wrong over there.
They didn't do Mark wrong.
Because you see, no.
Mark got cheaper rent by Beverly. But Mark knew when he went in over there what the rent was. Them people ain't do Mark wrong. Don't believe that.
Mm-hmm. Wait. I gotta turn this down. See that? That's why I need you, Lisa. Yeah, yeah. Okay, because I thought they had changed. I thought they had changed the prices on him after something else had came along.
Nope. Mark already knew what his rent was. Cause I asked him twice. You sure you can get this? You sure you're gonna be able to make this, boss man? Oh yeah. And to be honest with you, he could. He had a nice spot, nice location. People were
Mm-hmm.
um people were supporting him. He didn't go in there blinded and nobody blindsided him. But Beverly offered him a rent. He broke the lease and went to Beverly's spot.
Oh shit, I couldn't hear that. But I'm on Facebook Live too. I'm on YouTube Live. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get started, y'all, because we on YouTube Live, and this is Welcome to the Treeshakers show on Friday, April the 23rd, 2021. We starting a little bit late today because we trying to work out going live on Zoom and Facebook. So that's how that is. But on the show today with us, we have Mr. Ken Cutno. Woohoo! We have Mr. Belden Baptiste. Woohoo! Noonie Man. And we have Miss Dominique Mercadale, because we got to have the youth represented in everything that we doing. If we don't have the youth at the table, we not doing anything. Because y'all know we've been at this a long time. And we have our esteemed Miss Alicia Plummer. She
Hey
who
everybody.
knows who knows the no, you know. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to the table. And I really wanted to try to get some of my, like they say, old heads from Justice and Beyond in the call with us today too, because it's just so much going on right now in our country. We can't be just acting like ain't not going on. And I'm glad y'all here too, because let's just start off. Let's just start off with Dominique, because Dominique, wait, she getting ready to go inside where we're gonna be able to have some light and be able to really see her on the call, because it's hard for some of our young folks too. And if you not connected to people in power, you don't stand a chance. And when everybody don't have access to services, that's a problem. It's a problem because too many folks out here suffering right now in New Orleans. And I see my whole neighborhood getting flipped, turned upside down. right now here in the lower ninth ward, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that our council person is about the woo woo only. It ain't nobody saying nothing. That's like they want you to be quiet while you're suffering. Just like they told George Floyd, shut up, don't say nothing. But he killing him. He didn't want him to say nothing. He was killing him. Had his knee on his neck, killing him, and want him to be silent. They want you to be silent when they throwing them cuffs on you and throwing you down. Shut up! Don't say nothing. Like, well, hey, you can't be silent in your oppression no more. That ain't getting us nowhere. That ain't getting us nowhere. So we got a few things going on around the city today, y'all. We trying to first of all get Troy Carter elected to Congress because we out here on the front line doing the work. That's what I say, y'all, because that's the truth. You know, what y'all think about? What y'all think about? What y'all want to talk about? George Floyd first while we waiting on Dominique. Y'all want to hit up on that? Hey Dominique, y'all want to hit up on? What y'all want to hit up on the verdict? What y'all thinking about the verdict? I'm glad that we didn't have to have nobody else. We didn't have to have no young people dying behind them getting a verdict that was supporting this white man kneeling on George Floyd's neck and killing him. You know, hi y'all. What
Well,
say y'all?
this Alicia, I can say this. I'm walking to my car. I can say this about that. I really and truly did not think that they were going to come back with the unanimous number one. I really thought that they were going to have one holdout so that this man could not be convicted. I was
Right.
really, really cautious about that one holdout, especially when one had the audacity to say that they never saw the video, don't know nothing about the video, and the whole world knew about the video. Even them guys in space knew about the video.
But I know all kind of things happen on juries, but I could tell you this: he got to see it while he was sitting on that when was sitting in that jury box. He got to see. He got to see. I can't hear. Okay. I know they all got to see it when they were sitting in that jury box. So, ooh, 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 somebody phone,
That's
somebody
new.
phone,
Bring those things. The plank. Here's a plank.
huh?
I evacuated my stomach.
Wait, I can't get it. That must be Dominique. Nope. That's Alicia. Okay, good. But I forgot. I lost the train of thought about
I mean, when you look at that boy's face throughout the trial, he did not smile. He did not sweat. It was almost like he knew they were going to find him guilty.
yeah. He. I don't know if he. I don't know. I just saw a look of like they wasn't even talking about him. I didn't see any.
Right.
I
I
certainly didn't
agree.
see any remorse.
None. I what I saw was the same arrogance he had when he was killing him.
George Floyd. I
The
did
same
too.
arrogance.
Yes, yes, yes. The same arrogance. That's what I saw too.
Like in the back of his mind, he's saying, we're just going through this motion, but I'm going to be all right.
Right.
I'm going to be all right.
That's what it sounded like to me, bruh. That's what it looked like. It just looked like
Yeah. I'm not going to jail because there's no way you're going to put this police officer in that jailhouse with all those people.
ain't no way. But they sure caught him off. And guess what? It was kept very quiet that he was at home during this trial because he could have tried to get out the country. And by him being a policeman, he absolutely had the connections to be able to get out the country. He could have left.
But no, we knew that he posted bonds. because them people they raised over, I think over $2 million for his court case and everything. Those white racists, they raised, a couple of million for him. And to get him out, to pay that bill and get out.
That's your phone, Alicia. Oh, you gonna have, when you after you talk, mute you. There you go.
And I was on mute.
Okay, now. Hey, Dominique. Hey, baby.
Hello.
So you wanna introduce yourself and tell them who you are? Cause I got you on Facebook too.
I'm sorry, the phone disconnected for a second.
Okay. That must be your phone, Dominique, huh? That's got the
Yeah, it's
feedback.
breaking up a little bit.
How your kiddies doing? How the kids doing?
They're doing good.
You introduce yourself and tell them who you are. Tell them your name, your kids, and what's going. I don't know how you want, however you want to do it.
You're talking about with my situation.
Yeah, cause for sure, I think between us. Well, let me just be a little bit general and not go so personal. So Alicia and Ken, Noonie already knows because both Noonie and I have tried to help Dominique with. That's Dominique.
I'm on the phone. I'm on a. It's all right, Mama.
You better listen here, because I be feeling sorry when you get to whipping.
Yes, because that's a dog in the background.
Everybody needs to mute their phone.
Everybody. Can we
mute the phone?
Yeah.
You want me to mute my phone?
Yeah, mute for a second. Okay. Now, Dominique, can you hear me? Dominique, she cut off. But there she go. There you go, Dominique. Unmute when you come back on.
So would you say unmute?
Right, but you got like a lot of static and feedback wherever you are.
I'm inside now. I was outside at first.
Right, but it's not good. I can't hear you. It's like you got a lot of feedback. Everybody else is on mute.
You still can't hear me?
You know what it is, Dominique? Only when you talking, unmute. Okay.
Another one.
This is not gonna work. Wait. Okay. Nah, I could see you. Okay, so this is what's happening. Can y'all, if y'all can hear me, just like, if you can't hear me, then mute in and let me know. This is not gonna work.
Is Noonie on mute?
Yeah, Noonie is on mute. Everybody is on mute.
Okay, well, Dominique, only unmute when you're talking.
Right, she's doing that, but it's still not working.
You want me to go on mute or unmute?
It doesn't matter because we can't. We just have a bad connection with you trying to come in. Now I can hear, but whenever you unmute, see, it's still there. This ain't working, y'all. We gonna have to try this another time. This is not working here for us. It's not.
Probably
And
have to
maybe
be
we might,
connected
huh?
to Wi. I said I would probably have to be connected to Wi-Fi or something.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah.
So just hang up, Dominique, and then call me back later on, okay? And we just gonna talk about it amongst ourselves and talk about some other thing so we can get a little bit of a show in today. Here. And I'm gonna hit you
Yes,
back a little.
please.
I'm gonna hit you back a little later on, sweetheart. Here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye bye.
Now. Woo-hoo. So there's what's the name of that program? Noonie what? Nola Ready? I can't hear you, Noonie. Nola Housing Alliance. She, Dominique, and her 3 kids need some help getting on that program because they're homeless right now. They need housing. Not that they're homeless, because I think she found somewhere to stay temporarily, but it's not a good situation for her. She needs some help. So if y'all know anybody at Nola Ready, what is Nola Housing? Nola Ready? Yeah. Anybody know how to get in touch with Andronika? Then hit me up so we could talk with her about helping this young woman and her 3 kids. Cause a lot of our youth. I was in uh uh Armstrong Park, and so 3 kids, maybe 3 or 4, 5 young kids look like they, all of them less than like 17, with a bunch of maybe like 4 kids playing around in the circle, just out there sitting on a bench in Armstrong Park. So the youth are really suffering. We don't have enough resources getting to the youth in our community. And that's bad for all of us. Because when the youth are suffering, we all are suffering. Right?
Right.
Um,
Right.
so I don't know, I miss Justice and Beyond, being able to go there on once a week to talk about the hot button issues in our community. The old Justice and Beyond, because they have a new Justice and Beyond where they're doing some other thing, like they have pillars or whatever that is. It's not the old Justice and Beyond where the community we had where we work together to have one voice on important issues. But and I know, God knows, if it was perfect, we would still be there. If it had worked out, it would still be there. But we got plagued by the demon of sexual harassment, and I think it ruined a very good thing. Huh, Alicia?
I totally agree.
Yeah, that wasn't even the only issue. Don't get me wrong, because we
Right.
had other issues there, but that was definitely a deal
A
breaker.
major. Right. Right.
That was a deal breaker. We can't accept that. We can't accept that. It's unprofessional. And the same thing that's going on now, and all of these people are being brought out about sexual harassment. It's only a matter of time before the sexual harassment we face at Justice and Beyond comes out. Because anytime it came out for that guy who's a congressman, huh, what's his name, Gauze or something like that,
Yeah.
it'll come out
To my
certainly
gate.
about any,
It's
huh?
to my gates. Gates.
Gates, yeah, yeah, yeah. Anytime it came out for him, it could come out for anybody. A lot of them is coming out about this
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sexual harassment. It's an ugly thing, and it definitely has plagued black women because black women were enslaved, and it was thought that it was acceptable to treat them in that manner. So
Yep.
we still have it going on today, but I keep feeling like white women get that privilege with that too. Like they get their issues resolved. But when it's bad. And regardless to racism, sexism is just as bad
But
across the road.
our own people would not support us when we were going through that with the sexual harassment.
And
Because
justice and
even
beyond.
some of the men, you know, when they heard
Right.
about it and they would come ask us about it and everything, and we
Yeah.
would tell them what was about it. Oh yeah, that's just Pat. You know, Pat like that. I said, so is that okay? Well, so okay, if Pat did that to your wife,
Yeah.
would you? I'll do this and I'll do that. I'll kill him. I'll kick his so and stuff. But yet, it was an issue when we stood up against him.
And I'm gonna tell you, I never experienced sexual harassment from Pat Bryan. But
You the only one, because
well,
he
I
even
was
went after Miss
adamant.
Aquanetta.
You shut up, girl. Before Miss
I swear,
Aquanetta.
Miss Aquanetta wrote a affidavit. Yes, ma'am.
What? So what's going on with that right now?
Oh, we
Uh,
that's done. That's done. It's done.
y'all filed the lawsuit.
Yep. Insurance company and all that stuff.
Hmm. Wait, hold on a second. Hello? Yeah. Uh-uh. Okay. Okay. You didn't want to say that on live. Yeah, it's on live. It's on live on YouTube and on Facebook. Wait, I cut you off, Noonie. I cut you off, bruh. Um, I tell you this though, y'all. I really felt like because at Justice and Beyond, I met Skip Alexander, I met Carl Galman, I met everybody on this call at Justice and Beyond. Here, King Cutno, huh?
That's correct. And I met everybody on this college yesterday and beyond.
So I really would like for that to happen again. Not that we have folks making wheeling and dealing behind our back, but I think that having a consensus of the whole, that's what it was,
It
because
really,
that's what we talked
it
about.
really was a family type of environment.
Yeah, yeah. We had friendships there.
Thankfully.
But there were deals being made away from the table, just like they are in politics. It's not open or transparent. And when I did my training for organ when I did my training in doing organizing work, transparency and inclusivity has to happen if it's going to be fair. If you want any environment to be fair, it have to be inclusive and it have to be transparent. I felt like, and there was a lot of innuendo about people making deals outside of the realm. Our sign-in list were being sold and all of that kind of stuff. But I still wanted to so much believe in the dream of a consensus of the whole. And I thought that we had a legitimate voice, but when I demanded that we have a forum on sexual harassment, just like we used to have forums on anything, it was the beginning of the end of Justice and Beyond, right there at that spot. That was the deal breaker, sexual harassment. That was a deal breaker, y'all. And that mean that so much. So what was that man? That caused me to end my friendship with Reverend Barnwell, somebody who I look up to and respected for the work that he did in Angola. You know,
You and I both, Kim. You and I didn't have any respect for him
anymore
after that
after that.
because
That's
I didn't
right.
have any respect for him after that because he boldly and he defended
Yeah.
the person.
Mhm. Yes. And you know, Miss Arissa, the one who had the patch over her eye, went with them to Cuba and told me she told me out of her mouth
Yes.
that they hired prostitutes to accompany them in Cuba. And I'm like, how y'all hiring sex workers? Oh, I said that is so not good. And this is coming from a church too. And she said, well, that's how they do it in Cuba, Kim. You just don't know. I said, no, you just don't know. Because she said, well, we really were helping the
Right.
prostitutes. I said, no, baby, if you was helping them, you would have gave them the money and let them go on about their way. If you was helping them, you'd have gave them the money and let them just gave them the money. If you had a donation to give them that. But don't
Well,
tell me nothing about you
she
helping them.
told us that what we expect, that's what men do.
She said that. And I lost respect for her after that.
Well, you know what? This, that is, you just said for the people in New Orleans, because right now the black community is suffering because that's what white people do. They're taking, gentrifying our community, taking the land, taking the houses, taking out, and we are suffering right now. A
We
whole
really
lot.
are suffering.
We talk about housing. Well,
Huh.
there's housing, but we are not allowed to live in those houses, or we can't afford to live in those houses.
Yeah. And the city council, I feel like our city council and our mayor are the gatekeepers, and the everything is being set up and privatized right now.
Everything has always been privatized. Our school system is privatized, right, Miss Plummer? Is she still there, Miss Plummer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. For some reason, I can't hardly hear y'all now. What happened?
She's Miss Ford made the statement that everything is being privatized, and I told her, yes, everything is privatized. Our school system is privatized.
Yep.
You know,
Nord is privatized.
our government is privatized.
Yes.
You know, with
And
transportation.
they did that right over our heads. Certainly while we were away, just like when we were away for trying to survive Katrina, our schools were stolen from us. Okay? And while we are away trying to survive COVID-19, our whole city has been stolen away from us.
Well, we are letting it happen
I'm not.
because
I'm fighting it every step of the way. You better know it.
if you look at the transportation program, RTA, man, your volume is low. Raise your volume, man. Yeah, but
Yeah.
and we know you have a voice.
Y'all waiting on me? I can't even hear.
But our transportation system has been a
I'm
private.
gonna leave out and come back in because I can't hear y'all.
Okay.
It used to be the public service, but now it's RTA, run by a company that's not even in Louisiana.
And I see Looney, that's you?
What?
Look at. You gotta turn your thing around. Your phone. You gotta turn it back to you.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, I can see your hand.
I'm back.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
I'm back.
Laid
I'm
back.
in a different room now. Can y'all hear me? I'm in a different room.
Yeah.
But Cutler, you're right about the transportation because my son had got hurt on the bus when he was going to school. Do you know I had to call way to England?
Right. It's not even in the United States.
That's right. So I had to call way to England and get an attorney to deal with him because his foot got hurt. And I was shocked. I said, England? They said, yeah, you got to call England. So the attorney had to call way to England.
Call England for what, Noonan?
The bus
RTA,
transportation.
the name of the company, the parent agency of RTA is not even in the United States.
Right. Mm, mm,
Yep.
mm, mm. And we got so many people.
At
We
least the
got
company.
so many people who. That's why I'm not even trying to take nobody black down right now. Because we got so many knees on our neck. It don't even make no sense to do that. You know, I tell you. I'm feeling really sad though these days, y'all. And I tell you what, that's why everything that I got is saying to vote for Troy Carter for Congress.
I'm glad you're on that subject, man.
We everything that I got is saying that if we want to stand any kind of chance of being able to come back, and clearly somebody wants Cameron Carter Peterson in there real bad because they spending so much money. So I've never seen anybody campaign with the amount of media dollars.
We are talking
Not only
about
that,
between both of them together. They have at least spent $4 million.
They spend a lot of money, a lot of
$4
money.
million. That's a
and
lot of
they're
money
spending
in this congressional race. You know,
And I don't even
a
think
lot of
that is
money.
in his campaign chest when he was running.
I feel
Yeah,
like here in New
but
Orleans. Now, them in Baton Rouge, I don't know about what's happening in Baton Rouge. I don't know about what's happening in St. John and St. James. But I
y'all
could
can
tell you that here in New Orleans, I believe that the people here have the people here have know enough that you can't just have a candidate that has a lot of money in order to win an election. Because we've been electing garbage with folks who got a lot of money.
yep,
We really
yep,
have been electing garbage because it's our elected officials that have privatized all the services for our community. When we have sewage and water board and they're not hiring people who live here in this community, that's not good.
Was
That's not good. Because at least at Sewage and Water Board, they were able to make a living wage.
well, sewage and water board is also privatized.
I
yep.
know.
Can y'all
Despite
hear
us
me?
saying we didn't want them to do it, they did it
Y'all can
anyway
hear me?
because the
Kim,
mayor, they have a lot to do with that.
Kim,
Yeah, yeah,
Kim.
man. Uh,
Y'all can hear
Your
me?
council
yeah.
member.
Y'all can hear
What
me?
you say,
Well, look,
Noonan?
I wanted to jump on. I wanted to jump on the Troy Carter piece and Karen Carter Peterson piece. Everything Karen Carter Peterson putting on the TV is lies. Tulane had to send her a cease and assist letter, tell her to stop lying that they endorsed her. And when you look at Karen Carter Peterson, she brought the charter schools here. That's number one. She fired the teachers, 7,000 quality public teachers, and Troy got on TV and asked her about it. Then she said she kept. Troy said, wait a minute, how could you care? And you brought the charter system, which Troy was right. Then her husband, Daniel Peterson, I just learned this last night about her husband, Daniel Peterson, have something to do with the charter at John Mack with Future Now. He's on all the charter boards, and his position is a Democratic strategist, whatever that is. You know, everywhere she go, her husband get a job. You know, and Karen Carter Peterson have been lying to the people. She took insult to the musicians. She put fake musicians in a
In a commercial.
commercial ad,
I
and
know, right?
every commercial ad she putting, she lying. You know, and me being in the Congress race, Troy Carter is the best for the seat. We put Miss Karen Carter Peterson in there, we're in trouble. She wanted to say that endorsed Troy was endorsed by the people of Trump. It come out she was endorsed by Trump people. They gave her money, but we already know, like Miss Alicia Plummer told me, we already know under she was a Democrat, but she was really with the Republicans. She every year she was there, she was with the Republicans. And another thing, 85% of the time she was not there to vote in the Senate. Then when the sexual harassment, I mean the sexual sex offender bill came, all the senators voted, you know, to make sure that sex offenders came through home to the kids. She was the only one to vote against it. You know, so I'm rocking with Troy. I'm voting with Troy. Everybody should vote with Troy. We put this lady in, we in trouble. Because the last thing, Kim, and then y'all can go. The last thing is look at James Singleton School. Her and Jay Banks put that together, right? And right now they're under investigation. Right now they've got fraud background checks. Right now they took tests for the kids. And
Yeah.
15 years, 20 or 15 years later, the kids are suffering just like Cut No Seed under Miss
Them
Karen Carter
kids,
Peterson.
them kids, man, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Our real problem is Leslie Jacobs, and that's what y'all need to
That's
take
right.
into consideration.
But it ain't just
And
Leslie
that's what,
Jacobs. She got a lot of help, Kitty. She got a lot of help cutting on. She got a
but guess
lot of
what?
help. It's that the people that's helping her. There's
But
people
Kim,
that's helping her to
she
continue
do
letting
got
her
a
be in
lot of help.
power. She got a lot of
She
help.
do got a lot of help.
People black
But
just like us helping her.
But when
That's how.
Cutno said $4 million, that's what Cutno saying. See,
I'm
Leslie
talking about,
Jacobs money, that's where they
y'all
getting all
talking
that money
about,
from, and they pushing
you
her
know,
agenda.
y'all got to understand that charter school money is strong out there.
Ooh, it's long. That's what it is. It ain't strong. It's long. Long money.
And nobody can track the charter school money. They ain't doing the charter schools nothing. Look, in Atlanta, remember those teachers did that scheme, they got busted, they took all those people in Atlanta to jail, right? Right now, our charter schools are destroying our children, stealing the money, and it's like slavery again. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
nobody's saying nothing. But I blame Miss Karen Carter Peterson for all the charter school problems, and that's why Troy Carter is the best. She can't be trusted.
She can't be trusted. She can't be
Now, y'all.
trusted.
Now,
So
also we can't wait, Kim.
go ahead, Lisa.
We can't forget that she teamed up with Steve Scalise. Those two are the architects of the charter, the experiment law, and those two were the architects to take our schools from us and make them all charter. Karen and Steve Scalise.
Going
And
back
and they hear them commercials
about private,
Troy being friends with the Republicans. I'm like, child, who don't remember when as what was she president of the Democratic committee?
Democratic Party.
She was chairman of the Democratic Party and decided
And
to
sold us.
support a Republican over um what's the guy name who's running for treasurer? Hanuni, what's his name? Huh?
You know, John Kennedy.
No, the guy,
Derek
the
Edwards.
Derek Edwards. She went against Derek Edwards, and he was the only black Republican in the race. I mean, he was
Oh
the
yeah,
only black Democrat in the race, and
Miss
she wanted,
Green up for
and she,
Secretary of State.
huh?
We had Miss Green up for Secretary of State.
She didn't support it. Well,
no, she went against Miss Green with the other guy. Yeah,
But no,
yeah,
but she did. Remember though, what she did also, she tried to get John Bell Edwards to get out the race for the
I told Kim
Republican.
that.
to support because she supported responding.
No, she wanted no. It wasn't no. It was Scott Angel.
Yes.
During his
Okay.
first term, she and Mary Landrieu went to John Bell Edwards and asked him to get out of the race for Scott Angel, a Republican.
He was a
That
moderate,
was in the first term.
Also 2003.
He was a
not
Republican.
moderate Republican though.
Yeah, but in 2003, she went over. She didn't go with Kathleen Blanco. She went with Bobby Jindal, who got rid
He
of
went
all
with
the
John.
mental illness and
Yeah,
all.
And I tell y'all, she she I just can't give it. And young people who brand new to the table so quick to buy into this false narrative, false doctrine that she's trying to put out here. And just like the old folks say, look, I know the route. Now young people might have more energy to run the race, but I'm the one that know the route. So we got to be able to work together. We got to reach out to our young people because they're falling for the narrative. And it's so difficult right now. And it's so disrespect. If you disrespect the people who have been here at the table, you know better than our oppressors. Y'all just the same. Especially when you siding with our oppressors. That's ugly.
Well, you got to realize that we brought them into this world uh, 15, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, in a very what they call an integrated society. So this is all they know. They have, we have been able to have surplus cash. Our parents didn't have a surplus cash. Our parents didn't give us $100 to go and have fun with, or to buy us
No,
$100.
no, no,
But we have
no.
been able to do these things for them.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know. So they have been exposed to the lifestyle of luxury based upon what they have experienced in their lifetime. You
Mm-hmm.
know, 15 years ago, these kids was probably 5 years old, 10 years old. All they know is the charter school. They have no idea what the neighborhood school was like. And we don't have
No.
neighborhoods like we used to have.
I don't know, but I tell you this, Ken, I ain't let my um I tell you, I wouldn't and I see parents nowadays that's really struggling. They would rather lie and say that they doing all right and end up on the street tomorrow than get up today and stand up for themselves and demand to be treated fairly with the riches of the wealthiest country in the nation and things that our forefathers have fought and died for so that they could have access to, they would rather turn it down. And then I tell you, while we talking about that, y'all, how about how you gonna open up the ballrooms, but you can't open up the a city council meeting? What the hell is that?
How you like that?
How you like
How
that?
do you like that?
And they haven't said thing one
City
yet.
Hall is still closed, but you can have wedding receptions. You can have wedding receptions. You can go to church, and
You
you
go
can
to
go to the
dinner, you
ballroom,
go
but you can't
anywhere,
go to City Hall.
but you can't go to city hall. You can't go to city hall. I am so tired of having to fight in this community. I'm about to
It sound
retire,
like it.
y'all. I'm about to retire from this here life. This life here is too hard for me. I done had enough. I'm about to leave y'all. I'm already making my arrangement. I figure for the end of the year, y'all, I'm gonna be done retired. For real, for real. I'm stepping back now, for real. I'm I'm gonna be working on a national level. I can't be dealing with this in-house stuff.
Everybody said they're gonna retire, but you got to go back and keep fighting, fighting, fighting. All of them been like, we gonna
Mm-mm,
quit. Do we quit?
mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm gonna quit. Watch me. Y'all gonna say she told us she was leaving. But look, so we having this event. Let's talk about what we working on, y'all. I got this event tonight in the lower ninth ward, 5 o'clock, on where the old Kermit's mother-in-law lounge was at on St. Claude Avenue. We're gonna have a band, we're gonna have pizza, and we're gonna have a good old social distancing safety time. So come on out and holler. You get there early, you get flowers. Which some of the fellas don't want no flowers, but
Cutno say he don't want no
no
flowers.
flower. But Noonie, you better get some flowers for your mama.
Yeah, I might get them for my mama, but I'ma
Yeah,
save those.
yeah.
I'ma save those flowers to tomorrow. You know why?
Why?
After Karen leave, I'ma deliver them to her. Dead flowers. How about that?
Yes, indeed. Cause guess what? The folks I'm talking to out here on the ground, the people in real life, not the people on Facebook. Like Facebook, like ain't real, But the people, my neighbors who I'm talking to, they are excited to go and vote for Troy. They say, come hell or high water, they
Yeah.
going out and vote. What my old
Cause he
neighbor, Miss Mabel said, look, girl, I've been sending my ballots in my mail for a long time. I ain't just, I've
but
been
look,
voting for Troy.
but guess what? Troy in the
Huh.
community. We don't see
Troy's
Miss
in the
Karen Carter
community. He real.
Peterson nowhere in the
You
community.
ain't
Where
gonna,
is she?
and guess what? I hear them teachers say they gonna dust off their doorknobs and get out there and go vote for Troy. That's what
Look,
I heard.
my little niece called. My little niece called me just morning, right? She said, Uncle, you coming with me tomorrow? Now she's 20 something. She was young. She called Troy Baby Bob because then Troy had his hair a certain way. And she said, look a Baby Bob. She said, I'll be there at 7 o'clock to vote for Baby Bob. I said, who you voting for? She said, Baby Bob. She said, Troy Carter, that's his nickname, you know.
Hmm. And he is the only one. That's the only race was on my ballot was for Congress.
Well, I,
Well, let
what
me
I
say
liked
this
about him,
too. Yeah. Go ahead,
go ahead,
Nona.
Alicia. Go ahead, Alicia.
Okay, about this particular election and this particular race, you have different political factions, different political pacts, different political leaders, different community leaders and activists and advocates have joined to support Troy. What that tell you?
That tell you something.
This is really historic. Never had you had all these different people with all these different philosophies and stuff to join to get Troy in that seat versus Karen.
Right,
That's
right. And
phenomenal.
But
they
all the
coming
money
together and
she's
working. You right.
spending, y'all, it makes my head spin. Oh my gosh. That's bad. What you say, Ken Cutno? Take your mute off, Ken Cutno. He look like he thinking so hard too. So that's all, y'all. We out. I hope to see y'all this afternoon. 5113 St. Claude Avenue.
Yeah.
What about you, Ken Cutno? What you working on, bruh? Unmute your
You
phone.
got to
I'll be
unmute.
with you at 5 o'clock.
You gonna come? All right, then we gonna see you over here at 5.
All right.
And Lisa, what you working on, boo? Alicia, what your plans are for election day?
Well, election day, I'm going to be out there putting, doing what I can do, calling people, and also I have appointments. I'm bringing people to the
To the
poll.
poll. I am too. I'm bringing folks to the poll that need a ride. I'm gonna tell them that this afternoon too.
Well, let's get out
Right.
and early vote. Troy Carter, number 4 on the ballot tomorrow. Make sure you
Yeah.
make sure they get out the vote because it's their right to vote. You know what I'm saying? Because if they don't vote, that's a vote for Karen Carter Peterson. So we need
That's
As
right.
long as we don't need her, we don't need her in that seat. We do
But
not need her in Congress. She's gonna
but you
be
know what I
just like
know?
she was.
You know what I noticed though too? The
Call
people. What you
from-
say, Ken?
I just got a phone call from Ascension Parish, and they're so scared that this girl don't win. They're asking me, "Where's Troy Cole? How come he haven't contacted nobody to help them out in the campaign up here?" And I said, "I don't know what's going on with the River Parish because I know he's using the politicians in the River Parish."
Yeah,
Right,
he
right,
doing
right.
outreach there. He doing outreach there.
Yeah,
I'm
he
sure he
is.
is.
And you know something, but that's something to tell to the campaign because if those politicians ain't now doing what they're supposed to be doing and hitting the streets, if the people don't know that Troy is out there, they need to have a conversation.
Give him. You could give him my telephone number, Cutno.
And that's what they was telling me. St. James, Ascension, those Iberville Parish, the politicians not doing anything.
Because guess what? If anybody ought to know not to put her in there, it ought to be them. They should know they not need no money to know they don't need to vote for her. I think they
Right.
just gonna stay home and don't vote. That's what I think, and that's just as bad as going and cast a vote for her. Who said that?
Well,
Noonie?
I got to connect in St. James and St. John. So I'm going to call my people and ask them what's going on in the parish because they had assured me that they was with Troy Carter.
Yeah, we got.
But maybe the politicians not out there.
But here's the day before election. Nobody has been contacted to do the street work, the groundwork.
But this is what I have to say. When people say stuff like that, you can't tell me you don't know that an election is going on. Troy don't have to come knock on my door for me to know that I know I'm not going to vote for Karen.
Go ahead, Lisa.
That support Troy, and they're saying, "All right, we'll have nobody out here talking or working for tomorrow," because
Well,
right
I
now,
know.
because
Now,
right
see, when you say stuff like that, are you talking about people who want to go out there and hit the streets, or you talking about people trying to hustle up on a canvassing tip?
well,
Yeah.
no, they're out there working for Troy anyway. They work.
Okay, but why they saying that Troy's not out there?
No, they say no. They're saying there's nobody out there for to put people on the street for tomorrow. We have no groundwork going on.
But I thought you said they out there.
And that's only one or two people that work that they're helping Troy. You know, they've been fighting Karen Carter people started.
But guess what? If they need people out there, they should have said something and we could have got a crew to come out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, I'm trying to find out now because we had these people working, you know, at first, but they're not doing anything now. They're not doing anything now.
You know,
Right.
so
But they was
we gonna.
put the sign on the door.
So that's
Hey,
what's up,
what?
y'all. It's time for us to wrap this up on here. Anybody else got any closing comments they want to do? Or we
All I'm
just gonna
saying,
shut
vote,
this
vote,
down?
vote. Vote, vote, vote. Number 4 on the ballot, Troy Carter. We must vote.
All right. Hope to see y'all at 5 out here in the
Vote
lower
like
night
your life.
world.
Vote like our lives
Lives
depend
depend
upon it.
on it.
Yeah, there you go, Elise.
Vote the way your
So,
ancestors
Cutno, you going to show up at 5.
voted, the way your ancestors voted.
That's right.
Don't
Voted
matter
like the
how much
children
money a candidate
lives
got,
depend
don't
on
mean they're the best candidate for this community. We got to know that, right?
it. This is the liberal
I hope
flowers.
you
Where my flowers are at?
overcome that mentality, that slavery mentality, that you know money talks. Like to pay to play, and the person with the money gonna win.
Yeah,
You know, because that's not.
and the money talks on get somebody in that seat that's gonna be talking to the other people that's gonna be talking money back into her pocket, back into her family's pocket.
That's right.
Like she did
Everything I'm a
with her husband. Like her husband got that big old 6-figure salary.
And
Come
her
on now.
sister too. Her
Yeah.
sister too,
Sister
Yep.
as a
Arlene
as
Carter.
And
that's right.
Hill is not here anymore. Hill is gone.
Yep.
Well,
And
Because
look,
I went in
I
there.
and, and Karen Carter Peterson talk about a green building and all that. Let me close on this. She owned part of this energy company outside. So she all that. We got to vote this lady out. We put her in, we in trouble. She spoke to the school. She showed us when didn't got rid of the
but you
little
know what I noticed too,
girl.
y'all? The people who saying vote for her, those are not the people that have gone made the pilgrimage out to Baton Rouge to talk to our legislator. They're
Right.
not the people who we see down in City Hall at the council meetings trying to seek justice for this community to
But
stop the
wait, I
private.
saw
That's not who that is.
when you got Stacey Abrams endorsing Karen Carter Peterson, and I sent Stacey Abrams an email, and I
I
said to
did
her,
too. Whew.
I, I said to Stacey, you don't know what's going on down here in New Orleans and in the state of Louisiana. And if you really knew Karen, you wouldn't be endorsing her because Stacey is a navy blue Democrat. Karen is a Republican that wears a blue coat. Karen dismantled public
Say
schools.
that.
She dismantled our pride. She dismantled our black middle class. And I know that ain't what Stacey Abrams is
So
about.
many offenses, but guess what? I told Stacey Abrams that I thought it was unconscionable for her to come to my community to tell me who she thinks I should vote for because they're her personal friend. That's crazy. Why? How could you do that?
Well, you guys, you have to understand. Whether we like Sharon or not, she has built the connections and the contacts and the network with national people because she was the chairman of the Democratic Party. So she,
She didn't build those networks to cut no for the people. She built those for herself.
well,
The whole time she was the chair of the Democratic Party, she was working on Republican issues,
what I'm saying
not
is
Democratic
And
she
issues.
then she
made
lost
those
7 seats
contacts.
to the Democrat.
She had made those contacts.
Right. Lost 7 Democrats.
So Stacy and Don Brazil and all of them, they know her better than they know anybody else in the state of
Donna
Louisiana.
Brazil is another Republican that wears a blue coat. She on Fox, right?
Yes, she's on
Right.
Fox.
Donna Brazil is about her pocketbook. Period. In the conversation.
You know, but she had made those contacts and built those relationships. So there's not much we can do about that. Only thing we have to focus on is trying to educate the people in New Orleans and mobilize them and let them know what is really going on.
Well, guess what? I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all time and then the wisdom that you bring to the table, guys. And I wish that we could do this more often. I wish that
Right.
because we got to have school because too many folks just don't doggone it know. You
Right.
know. So before I go, I'll give y'all a little time to do some school. Definitely, always you got a space on the Tree Shaker Talk Show. Peace. Love y'all. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.